We are the people of the Polynesian Islands.
Yo, what's up, though? Welcome back to another episode of Culturally Rooted.
Yay.
You know what I'm saying? But before we go on, look, I want y'all to do a little something for us. If y'all go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's
sir.
just little things like that, but it helps us out a lot.
That's for the free 99.
But no further ado, though. You see who we got today. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Tongan Cowboy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, Ducko? Hey, real talk, man. I've been looking forward for this episode. I appreciate you for doing this.
Yeah.
But
having me.
but when we start off on Culturally Rooted, we like to go back to the roots so people can kind of know who you are, you know what I mean, and things like that. But where's Tongan Cowboy from, born and raised at, and grew up at?
For the most part, the roots are in Utah, but like I said, we can get into it. I grew up in a single parent household, so it's it's pretty unstable. So there's a lot of movements. Like I said, I grew up in L.A., Bakersfield. We stayed in Vegas.
This is your mom's or your pop's?
My mom's.
Okay.
This is with my mom. Yep. So everywhere, but like I say, when you ask me where I'm from Utah. You know what I mean? All day, every day. No matter where we moved, Utah was always the come back to. You know what I'm saying? But between West Valley, Ephraim, South Jordan, that's kind of where I grew up for the most part. Is when you're talking about your adolescence, coming up, high school, middle school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you play? Okay, go ahead. Did you play any sports growing up?
Football.
Okay.
Football and rugby.
What did you play in football? Like what position?
Defensive line, nose guard.
Ooh.
You know,
Hey, you was at the U too, huh?
I was at the U. Yeah.
So he was.
Boo!
Hey,
Star, I know you. Boo!
I'm just saying, he ain't no joke. You know what I mean?
Well, we never lost to BYU either.
Look at him. Look at him. Stop texting them, Star. Stop texting them, man.
Hell yeah.
Let them talk,
No, but it's
man.
funny because my senior class at Bingham, we were very, very well talented, very well rounded. My senior class, I think we ended up signing 16 D1s. It was only me and Harvey Longy out of all those that went to Utah. Everybody else went to BYU.
Oh, you was with that squad at Bingham?
Yeah.
Harvey Lange when he was playing running back?
Yep.
Oh.
We're same age.
Oh, damn.
Actually, like I said,
Hey,
when we first moved from Cali, it was the Longy family that we moved in with
Hell yeah.
to get established.
Hey, shout out Harvey, man. We'll get you on here, Harvey. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Hey,
That's pretty cool.
Hey, that team was bad in high school.
Hey,
And they'll tell you who's the best team, and you got like Shona and them talk about that Hunter team.
Yeah.
Star and them will talk about their year.
Uh-huh. But what's
I
up?
don't
What's up?
know.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Go ahead.
Let's stir it up a little
When
bit.
we were in high school, bro, it was almost easy, and it almost wasn't enjoyable because
It was that easy.
there was never really a challenge. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it was just. But again, I say that, but I played with like monsters next to me,
hey.
and behind me, and in front of me, and our offense was amazing. And so, like I said, scoring wasn't an issue, and our defense was always locked down. So, like I said, our biggest excited game was I think it was the semis or one of the playoff games versus West Jordan, and they were up at halftime by a touchdown, and we were like, "Oh boys, we got a game." You know what I mean? We ended up, but like I said, we ended up
down
coming
to the
back and
wire.
we finished that game by 40 points. That's just how talented our team was, you know what I mean? And I'm not just talking about like the Polynesians on our team. Like our quarterback, Stephen Cantwell, was a monster, bro. Like he's
Damn.
one of the unsung heroes, but you just couldn't tackle the man. So like I said, if we wanted to score, we're gonna score. If we wanted to stop you,
That easy.
stop you that easy, bro. And I say that humbly, but like I said, when you look at that roster and the guys that were on that team, it makes sense.
So let's get this right. You're saying your year was the best year Bingham has ever had. You hear that, Star?
The best year the state of Utah has ever seen.
Star.
And I'll put down against the Tibia teams and all that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I said that 2011 Bingham team, 2010.
That was the one.
was
So
the
if
one.
y'all had a championship team in Utah in high school?
Well, and I'll just put it this way. I think it was either our junior or senior year, but we were the first team in Utah history to have a running clock in the state game. And you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
How do you get a running clock?
Right.
You got to
Check
be
it.
up by.
That's right.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I want to say 40 points, but you got to be up by like
that's
20.
like,
lot.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's messed up.
And
If
I'm
they-
talking about like you go out of bounds, they're not stopping the
Yeah,
clock.
no,
It's
they
a
gotta
mercy
keep-
rule. And so
That's
we were
what it's
the
called.
first
That's
team-
what it's called.
Mercy
Mercy.
rule.
We were the
there you
first
go.
team in the history of Utah to ever have a running clock in the state game.
Look, I've been telling Star his year
what
was
I'm telling
trash
Star, too.
anyway. I've been trying to tell Star, like, nigga,
You know what's up.
your year was trash, bro. Like,
Damn.
Hey, that's wild.
That's
but
crazy.
Yeah.
okay, so grew up out here in Utah, played football.
Yeah.
Was there any point when you were playing football that the NFL was the goal, or was it just for fun with the homies?
No, it like growing up football. I never thought of like going to college or
Oh, okay.
anything like that. I just knew I loved fucking football.
Right.
Right. And then it was my junior year. So before that, my freshman year I spent in Euless in Texas. My sophomore year I came and lived in Ephraim where we live now.
Wait, hold on. You said you were in Euless, Texas?
Mm-hmm.
How long were you there for?
A year.
Okay.
My sophomore year I came back. We were living in Ephraim. Well, I was living with my grandma because I wanted to be in the country.
Okay.
And so my sophomore year, I was at Manta High School, small 2A. And then
Right.
my junior year, I moved back up, and that's when I went to Bingham my junior and senior year.
So you playing all these, is this the same position?
In Euless, I was a linebacker.
Nigga, linebacker to D-line.
Linebacker.
So that's what I just want to dive into because, look, those that know football, nose tackle is a different, that's a man's world.
Yeah, that's one,
The lineman in there, you know, yeah, you can play
Nose-
D end up, but nose tackle,
Yeah, that's
you
one.
dead smack in
and,
there.
and not only that, like, a lot of people, like, because if you ask about me and they, you know, oh, he was the undersized guy, but I never
Right.
thought. Obviously, you don't think like that.
Right.
Nah, never.
So, but like I said, all my years, like in Little League, we were all the same size, and then everybody just grew taller. I grew wider. You know what I mean? And everybody grew taller.
Every poly.
Hey, yeah, every
And
poly.
so, like, high school, you know, we're still all the same size. But once I got to college, every year I was the smallest guy, weight-wise and height-wise. Playing nose. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Going against the guards that are like 6'5", 6'6".
Right, so you had to be
300.
tough.
That's-
You were strong. Come on now. Come on.
Oh
now.
yeah. Strength. Like I got big legs, big hips. Strength was obvious, but when you talk about tough people, I'm one of the toughest son of bitches you ever.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
say that
shit.
humbly, but
Tell
people
'em.
know, like,
Hey, talk your
that
shit.
position, like you said, that position ain't no joke.
It's not.
Everybody knows.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
In order for me to not only, you know, play that position but excel and play it at the level I did, like, bro, you can't do it.
No.
You know what I mean? There's a few people like, you know, I'll mention Steve Fafita. He came through the U. I don't know if you guys know Steve, but same thing, undersized, but just a monster. You know, there's only one of us every so often. Everyone else,
play that.
everyone
Yes.
else is the measurements. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's 6'2", 6'3". Every so often, though, you get one of us that's 5'11" on a good. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Dog, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's tight.
Yeah,
That's
but
what's
I say that just, and like I said, we're gonna get into who I am and what I do. But
Yeah.
I knew early on, and like I said, sorry to get back to the original question.
you good.
Was football later on thought? It wasn't until my junior year I came to Bingham, and I like I said, I killed it that year. Was feeling really good. Took all state, and that summer we're in the workout program, and that's when all the college coaches start coming, and it was like Oregon and SC, and I'm squatting 400 pounds in the weight room, and Coach Peck's bringing these coaches up, and they
Take
they
it,
look at me like
take
this.
it easy,
No, no,
man.
they
Take
look
it
at-
easy.
But this is the thing, though, that they're like, he's too short.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
It had to
And
be
I just
fun.
let it
Even though you was doing
At
all
D
that?
tackle, at D tackle, I just
you
led
weren't.
the whole state. You know what I mean? Being this undersized guy, and so, but that's where like, all right, I'm gonna fucking prove all these guys wrong.
Yeah.
And that's where it started to click a little bit for me. You're still an adolescent, still making a lot of bad decisions, but that kind of lit the fire. I was like, all right. And then, like I said, once I got to you and we played Oregon, and I had my first play was a sack against Oregon. I fucking looked at the sideline. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm big belly and all. You know what I mean? But it was that's what kind of lit the fire as far as me being like, I could play with.
I
these
could do this.
You know
That's
what I mean?
what's up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the NFL was never that.
No, I just my measurables, and I was too slow on paper. You know, on field it's different, and everybody
Yeah.
knows it's watching. You
Yeah,
know,
game time.
Game
yeah.
time's different, but
Yeah.
I'm not a tester. Like, I'm not gonna go fucking jump 40 inches. I'm not gonna
Right.
run
40.
under a 5. You know what I mean? I'm fucking.
Throw some pads
on
on
the
and I'll
field.
show you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see me sideline to sideline, I'm always in the picture.
It's different. Yeah.
But the NFL thing never worked out.
Okay.
And even my pro day was bullshit because, you know, at that point they already know who they want.
Facts.
And for my pro day, like I said, we did all the testing, and then usually you do D-line drills. But we just went out. He had us do a squat. I was like, all right, thank you for your time. So I was like, okay.
Okay. That's
Had some, but like I said, my senior year in college, I was the number 3 D tackle in the nation for run stop. You know what I mean? To my side. You know, wherever I was lined
At
up,
the
they were
U?
running at the U. Yeah.
Damn.
Tied the sack record my senior year too at the U, and then tied it with Nate Orchard, and then Hunter Dimmick ended up breaking it the next year. But after my my pro day at the U, you know, there was Canada's coaches there, and their pro day was different. So I didn't get anything from the NFL. The following week, I went up to Seattle for a CFL tryout. I was like, look, I'm not doing all the testing, but theirs is different because you do one-on-ones. So
You're like,
the
oh,
coaches get to see
yeah.
the skill.
Right.
So they're
Right?
like, that's
so
me.
Like, look, you guys already have my numbers from last week. They're not going to change. I'm here to compete.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I did those one-on-one, eating them boys alive, bro. Like, not being blocked, not being touched. And I leave that camp like, oh, I'm going to the CFL. Like, yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Nothing?
My
For real?
principles, my times and all that just didn't match up for them. So now I'm sitting at home. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Well, but I have a training program called Amped Up. You know, we do free football camps.
That's right. That's right. That's right. We'll get into that.
And I was doing that, and I was like, all right, I'll just keep doing this. And this is a week after that CFL tryout. My buddy Quaid Shapui was in Germany. Calls me up. He's like, you want to play football in Germany? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Football? What kind of football? He's like, American football. I was like, I'm down. So on the next week, I was on a flight to Germany, and I ended up spending 5 years in Germany playing in the German football league.
Stop lying.
Yeah. But, you know, I was just chasing my dream, and obviously, like, you go out of the United States, football is not the same.
No, I was
Hey,
about
so
to say
let's
how
talk about that.
I was about to say how is
drop.
Oh,
Like,
yeah?
So some teams I play, and it'd be a fucking 18-year-old kid that's 180 pounds soaking wet. And I'm like, you know what I mean? But just destroying him still, like, you know what I mean? And then the next week would be a little bit better competition.
Okay,
but it was
but it's
nothing,
not consistent.
Nothing what I seen at the my level of my highest level was D1, obviously. Nothing that I seen there.
Not like-
But I loved it. And like I said, I spread my my training company. We have a German chapter.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
While I was there, you know, I was just building my brand and building my training company and all that. And
out
spent
there?
5 years, yeah, in Germany.
How
All
was
through Europe.
how was that though? Go like 5 years being in Germany. Is it?
I loved it. I love Germany.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll go back the rest of my life.
All right, look, real fast. What's the number one thing like you had to eat? If we can bring back one meal from Germany that you love to grub on, what would it be for you?
It would be pork knuckle, man.
Pork knuckle. What's that?
They eat a lot like us, meat and potatoes.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean, but it's just or ham hock they call it.
Ham hock.
Yeah, it's just a piece of the leg, but they just, you know,
I
it's
don't know why we
crispy.
think
Their food fresher over there though, right?
Oh, bro, I would eat the same and drink more beer. Because their beer's a lot better over
I
there.
bet.
You can
That's what
drink
I was gonna
warm
get
and it's still
into.
hella good. But I would always lose weight
See,
because their food, they don't have as much preservative.
the way we juice it over
You
here
can't take
versus
it home and leave it in your shelf for longer than
It'll go
month.
bad, huh?
You know what I mean? And then I'd come home for 3 or 4 months, whatever it was, before the next season started, and then I'd gain the weight because you know,
Eating that
everything
crazy
we
out
got,
here.
everything we got here is shit.
yeah.
You
And I
ain't
go
lying.
back there and it's just
Clean.
good food, man. It's clean.
Hey, Germany though.
Germany's
5
different.
years?
Yeah.
How old were you when you were in Germany?
So this is right after college. So I was 21, and then I was there till I was about 26.
Damn.
21, 26.
What was the move? What was the move after that? When you come back home?
Oh, I was done. I was ready to start my family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Germany for me was just a vacation that I got to play ball. So like I said, we partied hard and played hard and traveled, did the whole
I
experience
see
like
what you
that.
And got
I
it out.
lived that life.
Amsterdam,
Like,
Spain.
Ooh.
And then, but it comes to a
golly.
point that you're like, all right, obviously there's something next. And I've always wanted to be a family man, so I came home and this is before I got into the farming thing. My degree is in social work, so and I was going to be a therapist. My brother's a super intelligent man, and he owns his own company and all that where he's a therapist, and the plan was to work together. So I retired from football, moved back to Ephraim because that's where I wanted to live. I wanted to live in the country.
Ephraim.
And I worked with my brother for a year, and I was like, dude, this is not what I want to do.
For real?
You know, we were already raising like
A year into it, he's like, nah, fuck
Hey,
it.
look,
Yeah.
look, bro.
He was like, we were already raising 1 or 2 sheep because, you know, my grandma's always lived in the country and she always did that. And I was like, man, I just want to do this farming thing. And more than that, I wanted all the food we eat, I wanted to be the processor.
Okay.
But, and like I said, you know, we're all Polynesian. You know, you guys all Tongan.
Samoan.
Samoan.
Yeah.
But we're not scared to fucking kill something.
Nah,
No.
dude. Yeah.
Come on,
Like, it
man.
don't matter if
Like
dog,
pig, yeah,
horse,
pig, whatever. Yeah,
pig.
dude, we do that.
We all have that skill. And I had that skill because, you know, I was always cleaning the pigs or something like that. But I wanted to be proficient and a professional. So then I quit my good paying job and went and got a shitty paying job that was a lot harder at the butcher shop.
Nigga, wait, hold up. Yeah. Your first job was the butcher? Like, as you
Yeah,
wanted to
so
get to be a
once-
farmer?
Yeah, so because I knew like I wanted to raise the animals and then be the one to process them.
But hey, but what made you want to do this though?
What's that?
Like take care of the animals and like what made you
I've always-
want to switch that route to
So, like I
I'm
said,
gonna
my
quit this
grandma-
job and become a farmer? Like what made you want to do that?
I've always it's always
Okay.
been the plan. The end goal was always to farm.
Farm.
Oh,
okay.
real
So
talk.
that's
Or at least homestead, because
I see what
homesteading
you
and farming is different. Homestead is just like where you have your little piece and you just grow food for yourself, but it's all holistic, it's all natural. You know,
All from
your
yourself.
hands are all from yourself, and that was the plan.
okay.
And then obviously got scaled way bigger and what
That's
you guys
crazy.
see now. But yeah, like I said, I quit my good paying job and I just took a chance and walked into the butcher shop and asked for a job. Vita Meats. Number
Vita
one butcher
Meats.
shop in the world.
Hey,
bro.
shout 'em
They care
out.
the most.
There you go.
That's
Hell yeah.
what it comes down to is people that care the most. I was like, hey man, I'm looking for a job. And he was like, yeah, you start tomorrow. And I was like, cool.
Just like that.
And so then I started my apprenticeship as far as gaining the skill to be a proficient butcher.
Okay, look, this is,
get it.
it gets kind of wild right now because look, if you ever see my guy on social media,
Yeah.
he'll show you everything.
Man.
This is
From
this,
the
this
beginning
is that, this
to
is
the
where you
end.
start, this is where you finish, this is where you cut a little bit of this.
Yeah.
All of that, bro. Like, learning all that, was it easy or hard for you? Because, like, you see it,
Well,
I
it's-
can
it's
see
in
it,
us.
but smelling
Every
and
man's got a killer in him. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Every man's got a killer in him, and some men are called to do that. Some men don't have to be called to do that, but it takes somebody.
let me get three. Let me get
But it takes somebody.
Hey, somebody
and
has to
It never
do it.
bothered me.
We gotta
But
do
like I
it.
said, we grew up. My grandma always had 1 or 2 goats or sheep or whatever it was, and we'd butcher it ourselves. You know what I mean? So it was always kind of there.
Hey, but we
And,
do that though.
Yeah, we do that.
Like he's right though. Like you know what I mean? Like if you think about it, eating or anything, like that's what we give. It's like
well, and think
you
about
go
where
kill
we
a
come
cow
from.
or a
Like,
horse.
you guys are
and-
culturally rooted.
That's
All
right.
of our roots
That's
lead
what-
to farming. Everybody in the island still has to farm, or you're not gonna eat through the fucking tsunami.
Man, he's saying
You know what I mean? Everybody's still a farmer
Dropping
some
jewels.
way, somehow.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I
man.
said, when it's time to eat,
you
you got a pig. I'm not gonna go pay somebody else to do
come
it.
kill it.
myself. Yeah,
It might be ugly and dirty, but
we
I'm gonna
eating,
do it. But
yeah, but I'll do
everybody's eating.
I'm over there. Yeah.
No, let me tell you my first experience. So there's the shop, right, where everything comes clean and is ready to cut. Then there's the slaughter floor. That's where you do all the killing and get it into the cooler. My first experience as a butcher, and I hate pigs anyways because they're loud, right? But my first experience as a butcher, they go into what we call a knock box, right? And a knock box is just a little small box that you hold them and you shoot them, do whatever. Then you open up a hinge and they fall in. It was pigs the first day. Bro, I thought I was in hell. Our slaughterhouse is 100 years old. You know what I mean? So it by no means does it look nice.
yeah, it's not.
It's-
like
It's 100 years old, and you know what I mean? Real talk.
it
And
looks grimy in there, huh?
yeah.
Damn.
And these pigs roll out, and Ryan goes and stick them, and they're just fucking screaming and
Yeah.
flipping and rolling, and there's blood splattering all over the wall. And I'm like, I'm in hell. I'm in hell. What is this? What I want?
wait, hold on, hold on.
What I signed up
Like, real
for.
quick, you know, humans we adapt, and real quick, I was like, this is what it is. So, but that was my first experience. I was like, holy.
So you
fuck.
don't eject, you don't shoot them in the head or anything like that. Y'all
Well,
just
different
go straight-
animals, right? Different
Yeah, so
animals.
for sheeps and pigs, we use a rifle, a 22 long rifle. You just shoot them right between the eyes, right where the
Yep.
brain
And they
is,
just
shuts off.
Yep.
But muscles and
still twitch, huh?
twitch. That's why when you see something like in that horse, when I
Yeah.
Shoot that sucker again. Bah!
and it's still twitching, it's dead.
Yeah.
But everything is still flowing, blood's still flowing, muscles are still alive. They haven't completely died yet. So that's why you'll see animals still.
But
And
look,
the crazy part when they're skinning like the horse,
still-
you know how you pull back up, bro, and you see the muscle like,
Still tension.
bro, and,
Yeah.
and that's the crazy part. I'd be like, what? Like going up.
But it's
my
dead.
friend-
You know what I mean? It's dead.
No, you know, yeah, it's dead. It's not gonna move.
It wasn't
but-
dead long. So everything is still working, just the lights are
brains.
out.
Yeah. Hey, but that shit ever freak you out? Shit like that or
And
not?
What's that?
Like just seeing the animal still moving shit while it's dead?
No.
No?
It's just, like I said, that my first experience was an eye opener, but it was a good
After
first
that,
experience
it-
to have because now you know what to expect.
Right.
And after that, it's just You know, it's who we are. It's what we do.
Natural.
We gotta eat.
Hey, since we're here now,
come on.
part of the story. Well, you know, we're at Tongan Cowboy. You know what I mean? So you came back and you said you wanted to start your family,
Yeah.
right? And I'm pretty sure you got right into that.
Yep.
Okay, you got married. How many kids you got?
3 with 1 on the way.
Oh,
Congratulations.
congrats.
Yeah, bro. Let's go.
Congratulations. That's what's up. So 4?
So about to be 4, yeah.
Okay, man. And the family, wife, and everybody's cool with the whole.
Bro, you see my wife. I don't know if you see my story, but she be skinning the horse. And I don't ask her to. And that's like I said, my wife is great because she'll see sometimes I'm tired. You know what I mean? But she don't like sitting and watching. So she'll get up and she'll ask me for a knife.
Shout out wifey. You
Hey,
a real
shout out
one.
your wife, bro.
That's a real one.
Best wife in the world, bro.
That's crazy.
And she's a city girl, so it wasn't easy. Like her first
For real,
time
for
in
real?
the country, she's like, I fucking hate this.
What
But
am I
now
doing
she
here?
hates coming up here.
Oh, for real?
Now she hates like, do we have to go to Salt Lake? I'm like, baby, we gotta go make money. So we gotta go to Salt Lake.
You know,
what I mean?
I want to dive in that.
Yeah, come on.
The city and the farm life.
Yeah.
2 different things, right? It's crazy how some of us in the city life like, nah, it's too quiet out there. You know, I need to be around people. I need to social. Listen.
Yeah.
And then for the farm,
Yeah.
speak about the farm life. Why is it so enjoyable?
Because the noise is, you quiet the noise.
Peace.
All the noise is
It's you.
distraction. And when I wanted to be a family man and I wanted to be focused, you can't have all the noise. You know what I'm saying? So that was the whole idea of raising my family the way we're raising them now, is that we don't have to worry about anybody else's bullshit. We don't have to worry about whatever else is going on in the world. It's quiet, it's small, it's slow. So we can just focus on us, what our goals are, and obviously raising our children.
When did you come up with the fucking name? When did you
wife
call
did.
yourself?
My wife did. Because it got to the point where, like, man, because I don't give a shit about the Instagram stuff and the filming, and I'd rather not do it.
Clearly, we could see. Clearly.
It's easy because, I mean, you know, it's just, you're just talking to yourself, basically. But
But you got to market yourself, too.
that was the biggest
You know
thing
what
is
I mean?
like, okay, so let's get into how
Come
we
on.
came into the farm.
Okay,
Come on.
let's do that. Come on.
So I'm working for the butcher shop, not making very good money, probably like $1,800 a month. But in a small
A
town,
month?
yeah, and killing it, like killing yourself. You know what I mean? Killing yourself, like.
Working hella hard.
And before that, I was making $4,000 as a social worker. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But this is what I wanted, so I stuck with it.
I feel you.
So I worked for the shop for 2 years, and on that second year, you know, the shop doesn't do wild game, which is deer, elk, buffalo, in the hunting seasons. It's too dirty, and they've got too much going on as far as selling beef and sheep and pigs.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So the shop would always get phone calls of wild game, and I was like, fuck, can I take a deer? But I didn't know how to do a deer. So I asked Ryan, I was like, hey, can you, he shot a deer the night before, and I was like, can you teach me how to
Clean it
do a
up.
deer? And so that year I took like 12. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I could do this, and there was good money. So the
Oh,
following
you're doing
year-
this on the side.
I'm doing this on the side after
Okay,
hours.
that's dope.
And so I had in order to do this, you can't keep a deer and all that hanging next to the clean beef and all that. So I had to buy my own cooler. So I've got a 43-foot semi-trailer that's a cooler. It's a reefer trailer.
The whole thing is a cooler.
The whole thing's a cooler.
God damn.
But I needed it to hang the animals and let them what we call dry age and dry out a little bit before you go to cutting them. And bro, like I said, I'm making $1,800 a month. We're living in a shitty apartment, and I put everything I had into this fucking reefer trailer and all the equipment and what I needed to get going the following year to do wild game because I knew the money would be good. And that trailer came in, bro, and it didn't work. It got here from California, and this is a week before the hunt starts. It was supposed to be here 3 months before.
And you just
Doesn't work, bro. And so next to the slaughterhouse, I parked my trailer, and it was an old little chicken farm. That dude had a nice little insulated shed. And I'm just like, I'm starting to rip off the walls. I'm like, this shit's insulated. I could turn it into a cooler. So it's just a little, I'm not using my fancy ass trailer. I'm using this little cooler.
Right.
But it worked. You put an AC unit in it, a thing called a CoolBot. CoolBot hacks the AC unit. Because, you know, ACs only run to 60.
That's right.
Yeah.
To hang meat, you need between 35 and 40 degrees.
I knew that. Did you guys know that? No, you didn't. Go ahead.
That's where it will decompose and not spoil.
Okay.
And so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna run this. And so that whole year I just used that little until.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just and it's a 10 by 10 shed.
You went from a big ass trailer.
10 by 10, you hanging deer and elk and all kinds of.
Bro, we did 380 deer, elk, and buffalo out of that little shed. But I'm doing all this after hours, so I would cut for the shop.
Yeah.
From we'd start at 8 and you wouldn't finish till 6. As soon as 6 hit, I'm fucking running down to my little shed and my trailer. At the time, I put all my cutting stuff in the trailer because you could close it and keep the flies out. And so I would, from the little shed, I would haul the deer into the trailer and I would do all my boning out. And then the following day, I put everything in buckets and then haul it up to the shop because the shop had the grinder, the wrapping stations, vacuum seals.
Working.
Bro,
Grinding, huh?
Like I said, I would get off at 6 and then I would cut deer till 3 or 4 the next day. I did that from August to January. But in that 5 months, I made the same amount of money, same salary working for the shop the whole year. So that was my way out.
Okay.
You know,
What you mean?
so I was like, hey, I appreciate the opportunity, but I can run this wild game thing, live frugally, but we can live off of that 5 months the whole year.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like that's when I still work for the shop one day out of the week, our kill days.
You'll go and help
And
out.
I'll go help out because Ryan needs me.
Yeah.
He needs me.
Hey, Ryan.
But I'll help him kill on Wednesdays. But our plan was, like I said, we were living in a shitty apartment, and our plan was to buy a really nice house trailer, buy a little 2 acres, and live in the house trailer, and then start the Tongan Cowboy meat business. Because in my head, the reason why I became a butcher was to process for ourselves.
That's right.
But then I had all the boys asking me, so I was like, we could turn this into a business. I can box meat up and sell it to my people because they'll eat that shit up all day.
All day.
Right?
Definitely.
So, with the money we made, we put a down payment on the trailer, and we were gonna do that. We were gonna just live small, 5 acres maybe, and have a couple sheep and get started that way. So I'm cutting deer. It's probably 10 o'clock at night, and all the lights are on, and just a little old farmer pulls up. And I've known this, like I said, my grandma's from this town, so I've known this guy my whole life.
Oh, the little farmer guy that pulled up?
But I haven't seen him since I was in primary. You know what I mean? I've been
so it's
gone.
been a minute. Okay, yeah.
And he's like, I haven't seen you since. And we just got to bullshit. And he's like, none of my kids want to farm. I'm retired. I live in Alaska 9 months out of the year. Not asking for help, but I could pick it up. And I was like, Tom, I'll come help you out.
Wait, so he still have land in Ephraim that needs to be maintained.
That's the farm we're on.
Oh, got you. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
hey.
And
what-
so,
that's making all the right moves at the right times, huh?
but that's why I say when
on.
God puts you in the place you're supposed to be, He does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Come on.
so this is that night. The next day, I go and help Tom, and I'm just pounding T-posts into our sprinkler line so the wind doesn't blow them away, and I'm loving it. Because I'm not standing at the butcher table for 20 hours,
Right.
4 hours a
You
day.
outside.
I'm outside, the sun, fucking great.
Yeah, come on.
And that first week, like I'm just fancying helping him out. And then I was like, hey, Tom, this is my plan. Like, I've got this trailer. And I want to sell meat to my people. And you have a farm. And he's like, whatever you need, we'll do. And I was like, and my wife cooked him dinner and we went over to his house and met with him. And I laid out my game plan, basically. And I told him, Tom, don't pay me for the farming. Just teach me the farming. Allow me to have access to the farm. And allow us to park the trailer on the farm rent-free. So all we had was the trailer payment.
That's right.
And we could, and he's like, that sounds like a great idea.
Dang.
Fuck yeah, we're in.
Right? What's his name?
Tom Lund.
Hey, shout out Tom, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
And so
That's
I'm out there just
dope.
fencing one day, and Tom pulls up, and he's like, hey, you want to live in my daddy's house? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, get in. And gets in the truck and pulls up to this beautiful, and I've known the house my whole life, because like I said, my grandma's from this town.
Yeah.
We've got one stoplight. You know what I mean? It's And I was like, he's like, my dad passed away 2 years ago. I don't want to sell. The house is in a trust. So we don't want to sell it because this is the house we grew up in. Their original farming operation is my backyard. A bunch of barns and shit. I don't know if you see them in the videos, but I was like, well, what do you want, Tom? He's like, give me $1,000 a month. I was like, fuck yeah, we can do that. So Tom, remember, it's in a trust, so all the family members have to agree. There was one sibling that was like, no. Tom said, fuck that, and bought the house out of the trust, handed me the keys. And remember, this is 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks from him coming that night with the deer, right?
This is all happening.
This is all happening, right? Hands me the keys to the house. Is like, hey, I'll be back in fucking 9 months. At that point, I knew how to drive a tractor, but I didn't know anything else. I knew how to feed animals, but I didn't know how to doctor them up, how to make sure that they're staying healthy.
He just dipped.
He dipped. But that's where, like I said, we're on a lease with the farm and our house, 5-year lease to own. So, yeah, he dipped, and I just had to figure everything out. And what you guys see now is that farm and that ranch is Tom. He's the owner still. We lease it from him and the house. But
Hey, shout out Tom, man. Hey, for
Well, I
real,
said,
man. That's love.
because my original plan was to fucking have a little 20 acres and disappear. Worry just about my family and feeding us, and then God was like, "No, you're gonna feed the people."
That's crazy.
And so we went from at that time I had like 18 sheep and like 2 cows, and then
Hey, what you got now? Come on, man.
right now we've got 200 sheep and we've got about 80. We've got 100 cows right now.
Hey, that shit look wild. Hey, so basically, you taught yourself how to farm. Hey, if y'all look at this guy's
And
stories,
you know,
woo,
you saw we're lucky people are good, but I'm still just a coconut nigger to all these guys. Straight up. I'm serious. They see me. I'm tatted. My first farm truck, it was a 93 Chevy. That was 24s. You know, I had a system, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this nigger?" You know.
hey,
And so I could ask these guys for help, but they would be annoyed.
yeah.
At the same time, and Tom didn't give a fuck. He's fishing in Alaska. He's catching,
Yeah,
he's catching salmon all day.
Yeah,
and
he's chilling.
YouTube only shows you so much. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, bro. And we
That's
just figured
crazy.
it out. And like I said, what you guys see now, and that's where the reason why we got so big into the filming and all the Instagram shit is because we knew that it's a good tool.
Yeah,
And that's all it is for me. Like I
come
said,
on,
I
man.
give 2 shits about it.
Nah,
But it's a
bro.
great tool. It's a great marketing tool to use, and people see us.
Hell yeah, bro.
now-
That's how we found you. That's
Look, and now more people gonna see you because of this. So,
Hey, but let me get into this though. Farming life is not easy,
Facts.
No.
right? Like people just look at it as you just wake up and you go out there and throw hay and the animal come.
Well,
Well, there's more to that, right?
Farming is very fantasized, and it's because of the movies, like Yellowstone.
That's what I mean.
Hey, you know what's
Everyone-
crazy? I was just about to say
no,
you were
that's
like
why
a
I brought
Very
it
Yellowstone.
up. Don't shoot,
fantasized,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
And the parts in that movie that make you feel like you want to do that, you live that, and that's why we do it. You know, I choose
Yeah.
to do it, even though how hard it is, because those freedoms, and like I said, you're out there, the sun's blowing on you. There's nobody else out there fucking with you.
Fucking 4-wheelers and shit.
You know what I mean? But farming is very fantasized, and then people don't realize how much work it goes into. And on that topic is there's nobody in the world that works harder for less in the service of other people than the American farmer.
Farmers, man. Talk
Come
your
on.
shit, man.
Let them know. Yeah, let them know.
That's
Hey,
some real shit,
look,
though.
to me,
You know what I
to
mean?
be honest, bro, like I feel like that's what the world's missing.
Well, and like I said, my original plan was to just be a hermit. Come out and train football players and have these camps.
That's right.
But other than that, I'm fucking disappearing. And then it just became to like, no, you've got to feed the people. So like I said, when we do this, when we're doing it for our people, like we're doing it for you guys. You know what I mean? Like obviously you got to make it work and
Hey,
make a
that's
living
tough.
out of it. But we wouldn't be this scale if, you know, God was like, nah, you've got other things to do, bud. Like,
Yeah, bro. No, because I'm saying like when I followed you, bro, and I was watching, bro, you be up early as fuck, and you're doing hella shit. Like I seen you one time, the water wasn't draining in, and you're like, "Yep, you got to fix that, right?" And in my mind, I'm like, "There's no way this nigga is gonna take his whole day to fix something." And then the next photo was him. Got it fixed. Now I gotta go fix this other shit. And the whole
For real.
day, his whole day was
always
just
something.
fixing shit. And I was in my mind, I'm like, bro, I don't want to be doing that shit. Like,
Hey, the wall broke. I gotta go fix the water so the water can go.
well, and
know what I mean?
there's 2 types of farmers, right? There's guys that get into farming because they have so much money, and agriculture is the best write-off. So they have money to spend, and they're gonna buy the newest equipment. They're gonna buy the newest.
there you go.
all the best stuff.
By
And then
somebody
there's
else to
farmers
take
that
care of
have
this
been doing
shit.
it for a long time, and they're poor. Not poor, but they're broke, because poor is a mindset, right? But they're broke. And Tom's a broke farmer, and he's very wealthy because he's made a lot of good investments. But like Tom Lund is stupid wealthy, and you know it, Tom.
We'll call it now, Tom.
But he didn't make that money farming. The best money he's ever made farming was when the government paid him to farm. You know what I mean? So it's a very tough profession to make money at just because the system is so broke. Just like how we all know taxes, all that bullshit.
Facts.
It comes right down to farming, and they do that to the farmers. For one, they want to squeeze us out because they want control of the food source. But if you have a bunch of American farmers who are like, no, we're not playing by your rules, you know, still feeding the people, it doesn't. Their system doesn't work.
All right.
Right.
Hey, but why we're in the subject, man? That's very true. Cause like I'm saying, when I grew up out here in Utah, cousin, everywhere I walked, when I was walking to school, there was fields of apple trees.
Yeah,
peaches.
farms all over the
You know
place.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, cousin, I walk everywhere. There's no
Houses.
So
That's what they're fucking up, is that we're all these, like you said, when you walked up, there was orchards and there was
that's the word.
the
yeah.
best fucking farm ground there is. Obviously, they're growing it there because the soil's good, right?
Yeah.
And then, but the money comes in, and then
Now there's houses there.
Now where are you gonna grow the food? Or who's gonna grow the food?
Yeah.
The government.
But
You
see,
know
but
what I'm
that's what I
saying?
want.
You don't want that though.
That's what I
don't
want to
want that.
get.
You don't
that's
want
what
that, though.
Get into that,
Be
though.
putting shit in there.
I feel like he's right in that way. When they push out the farmers is what they're giving us the real stuff that we're supposed to eat, right? And if they push them out, now they feed us whatever the hell they want. They can call it whatever. Like
Well, and let's
it's
talk
a
about-
watermelon and you open it and the watermelon is like Jello and you're like, I ain't never seen a watermelon
Right.
like this.
But that's because you think about it, and like I said, a lot of people get it twisted, but at the end of the day, it's just good versus evil. Right? That's what it is. at the
Keep
end
it
of the day.
simple. Come on now.
It's God versus Satan. You know what I mean? But when it comes to food, the people that run the world, right, is big pharma.
Yeah,
Same guys that run it. The guys that make you sick are the same ones that control all the food. Right? So you're eating all their food, getting sick, then where do you go?
Doctor, get
To
medicine.
their pharmacists, their medicines, their drugs.
So it's a
So
whole
that's why,
thing.
like I said, they make us sick because when you get sick, you only have one option. You don't have one option if you know how to holistically heal yourself, Mother Nature wise, right? But most of the time, it's just go to the doctor and he'll fucking write you a
What's your
prescription.
yeah.
Not knowing that you're getting sick off of fucking that apple you ate or that steak you ate from Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like talking about that, what they're pushing for right now is what we call the mRNA vaccine. They can put whatever they want in this vaccine, give it to the animal, that stays in the meat so that when you consume the animal,
It's like you getting the
get
shit.
that vaccine.
Yeah.
Remember the push for
Oh
remember
hell
COVID?
no!
Yeah.
Push,
fuck
they,
did he just-
they couldn't. There was too many people that were like, "We're not fucking doing your vaccine."
Yeah.
For real?
Yep.
Government's always smarter. They always have way more money. The guys that have been running the world since the beginning of time are way smarter than we are. The devil is the most intelligent person there is on the planet. Right?
Amen.
Wait, line.
And so now it's like there's too many people. Like, 'cause did you guys get vaccinated? Honestly,
No.
Nah.
good, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me what the fuck I'm gonna put in my body.
Yeah, come on.
Right?
I was
they
wondering
don't
that.
like that. So now what the big push is,
Trying
and
to
why
control.
we're trying to tell people stop buying the shit from the grocery store, buy it right from the source.
Yeah.
Because now they can put this shit into the mRNA vaccine, and then you can get that vaccine, whatever vaccine they want to give us.
Through the animal.
You don't even know it. They don't have to. They don't have to tell you that.
For real?
They don't have to disclose it.
You
But now
motherfucker.
it's like, hey, you didn't get the COVID vaccine, you bastard. Eat that fucking pork chop, and now you got the COVID vaccine. You know what I mean?
That's why.
Crazy, bro.
That's why. I know.
Crazy, bro.
Hey,
A
we're
lot
about
of
to
people
get
don't know
canceled.
that. A lot of the fruit you eat
yeah.
is months, if not years old,
Are you serious?
for the most part.
Okay.
And what they do, they put it in a gas chamber, they gas that shit, and the fruit doesn't age until they pull it out of the chamber. So they can store food for years,
Forever in there.
fruit, and then
Yeah.
that's why when you get those apples, they're a little waxy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Always.
Yeah.
Your fruits don't have seeds in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fruits are supposed to have seeds in
Yeah.
them.
That's how they're supposed to grow.
But it's because they spray it with this gas and it doesn't mold, it doesn't.
See, this is why I told my wife. She be fishy on it. She like, nah. I'm like, nah. We done with all that processed food.
Because remember, the guys that run the fucking world is big pharma.
Oh, yeah.
But the 1% that we don't know their names. They might have company names, but there's always guys behind the curtain.
All right.
But the guys that are running the world, they're gonna feed you to get sick, so that when you get sick, you go to them. And but like I said, all of our money is always going back to
That's crazy.
those guys.
Hey,
It's
look,
all about
real quick,
money,
bro.
huh?
Real fast though. Watching your stuff is like super educational for like just purposes like this. Because when we go to the store, we ain't thinking about, was this a grass fed? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was this animal taken care of? All we looking for is where's the cheapest meat at? Where's the cheapest meat at?
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Going to Popeyes.
Yeah,
going to
that's
Burger-
understandable, 'cause
Right?
times are tough, but it's because they make it tough. But at the end of the day, people got to feed your family, and you got to do it any way you can.
Facts.
So like I said, I can push my meat on you all day, but if you can't afford it, I can't hold that against you.
No, but like just by you putting it out there, like doing what you do and saying all the things that you say, like I'm like, damn, why haven't I been going to a butcher or something?
Yeah. So tell us why is it better to go?
So for us, for the local ranchers, and not everybody does it the same way. Not all guys are doing it what I say, the right way.
Okay.
But we don't we'll give them like vaccines as far as to keep them healthy through the winter, and like baby calves to make sure that they don't get diarrhea and shit themselves to death. So we'll give those 2 vaccines, but they're not getting anything else.
Okay.
Now, there's 2 ways to do it, right? You raise this calf up, and then you send it to a big feedlot out east, like Nebraska or something like that. As soon as that calf gets off the trailer, it's getting injected with like 20 shots. Steroids, hormones, GMOs, mRNA.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then the steroids and the hormones is the big thing because what happens when you get steroids? You put weight on.
Yeah.
This is it's a game of weight. It's a game of poundage.
Because it's about meat.
So they don't really
You
care.
get charged by the
Just trying
pound.
to get it big, huh?
No, they don't care. They just want to get it big. All of our beef are naturally getting big off of
Eating
hay and corn.
Oh, okay. Hey, does what the animal eat matter?
It's everything.
Yeah?
It's everything. Because think about it. You want quality meat. That animal's got to eat quality feed. So like pigs, and
Pigs
Tongans
eat whatever, yeah.
Pigs eat whatever, and you can feed a pig whatever, and they'll
Yeah.
get fat. But like a pig that's fed Hostess and donuts and bread and all the scraps versus a pig that's fed all you can eat good grain, night and day. This
real?
pig is gonna be sloppy and nasty, and
Taste now.
this one's gonna be the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
See, all y'all out there eating all that bullshit.
I didn't even
Tongan
know.
Cowboy one time and get
I
right.
didn't even know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, but when you butcher, like say you butcher certain animals, do you do it different? Is there different ways of doing each
So, like,
animal? Or do you do it the
a
same?
beef, you do a beef the way you do a beef. A sheep is obviously different height, different size. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's different versus what you do.
Hey, but I heard that you like doing steaks. Everything steaks.
Who doesn't, man?
Right? Hey, look, we're gonna get into this.
Yeah.
Look,
Come
we're
on
gonna get
now.
into this.
Come on
'cause look,
now.
one day I was just on my social media working, right? And then I seen the post. Tongan Cowboy said, "Hey, I'm gonna be hey, that might be Sunday." But anyways, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be out in Utah County, going up to Salt Lake. If anybody want meat, right?" So I write him. real
And
quick.
that's I remember I met you at the
Big old
Let me
tires.
Grab that door. Real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
I don't want to keep.
Charlie, can you open that? Yeah, thank you.
Who's it?
But Sunday, the other guy. But and so I text you, bro, and then my dude was like, "Yeah, meet me at Walmart." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna come through," but I got busy at work, so I wrote him. I'm like, "Hey, I'm about to come through," and he was like, "Nah, I'll come to you. Where you at?" And I was at work, bro. Hey, this is the cool part, right? My dude was like, "Yeah, so I got what's in the so what comes in that box? Can you
There's
explain
two
to
different
them?"
boxes. There's
Yeah.
a loin chop box, and there's just what we call a regular box.
Yeah.
But it's 2 packages of steaks, 5 to 7 steaks each package, and then 2 pounds of stew meat. Stew meat is just chunks that you use for
You can
kale.
make
throw it in the
food,
sleeve.
yeah, right? So he pulls up, and that's the dope part. When he opened it, he's like, "Which box you want?" And I see his little
Logo.
held it, and I was like, "Man,
That shit hard.
Tongan Cowboy. Hey,
Well,
so
like-
show me a box, and then that's the box I showed you. I was like, "Look, that shit was fire, though, bro."
So we did a FaceTime and we were talking about it this week, and he showed us your meat.
Yeah, one of the
Hey,
boxes.
those
Pause.
steaks?
But he showed us
Your
the
meat.
steaks or whatnot.
Hey, he's
right? He
married,
was showing
man.
it. Hey, well, I was sitting there, I was like, man, because I was telling them, what is it, the carnivore diet?
Yeah.
And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
and I was sitting there, and I'm like, damn, I need someone I can get straight from the cow,
Yeah.
right? And from that point, what we doing?
Oh, we got him next. We got something next, yo. What's up, dog?
What's good?
Bring that in. Let's see.
Yep. Always got the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got Sunday. Hey, appreciate you, Sunday. Yeah.
I know, huh?
The sheepy steaks.
Hey,
Yeah. So, anyways, when I obviously saw the steak, I was like, oh, bet. I need your contact. I need your info so we can get those shipped straight to my door.
And that's what we do, man. And it's just giving our people access to the best quality meat. You know what I mean? And eventually we'll get into produce and all that other stuff. But right now it's all meat. You know what I mean?
you ain't lying. Hey, but look, real quick though, we never even heard of no CP steaks, bruh, until you started talking about it on IG, and we're like, Why haven't we ever heard of this? It almost feel like people trying to give us like the knockoff shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and like I said, we can get into that. We all know when you eat sepia, it's the flap, the stuff from New Zealand.
Right.
For us in America, that flap, that what you get in that New Zealand lamb box, it's the lowest quality cut for us.
Stop.
You'll if somebody wants like a rack of ribs, you'll cut the rib section out, but the flap, some people might want that. It's a special cut called a flank roll.
Okay.
But most people are like, no, just cut it into chunks, and I'll use it as stew. You know.
So for the longest time, we've been thinking the flaps was the best part.
That's why, because in the islands, in Tonga, Samoa,
That's what they get.
they only ship them that part because it's the cheapest part. It's the cheapest cut. That's why that's all we know, and that's all we get.
They killing us is what you're trying to tell us.
Yeah,
Right?
they're doing that.
That's the worst
They're
for
doing
me.
that,
They
but
just giving us the bullshit.
They're giving us the bullshit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so when I became a butcher, I was like, oh, this is going to change the game.
Hey,
It's like,
you is
and like I
changing
said,
the
you guys
game,
have
my
never
guy.
seen a CP steak.
Never seen no CP steak ever, bro. Not never.
Yeah,
Then my nigga started showing it all over IG, and I'm like,
I didn't even know
Yeah.
CP had steaks. I thought
Nigga,
cows
me
was the
either.
only thing that.
It's how you cut everything. But like I said, the only reason why in our culture you eat the lamb flaps is because it's the cheapest cut. And the only thing that they're not going to send the good cuts to the island. They're
Hell
going to
no.
send them the cheap shit.
that's wild. But
That's that Monge Kale Kava, man.
yeah,
Appreciate you, Tongan Cowboy. Hey, we got more. Yeah, we got him coming up, so don't even trip. But hey, yeah, let's talk some more about your story, man. Yeah, but cheers though. Appreciate you, Cuzzo.
fire.
Clean, man. I like that shit.
You ain't lying.
It's just like my meat, bro. Like I said, I hate going to a mix and it's shitty kava. You know what I mean? I hate going to people's house and I'm looking at that plate and I'm like, nah.
They don't look.
That don't look too good. I'm gonna hold. You know what I mean? But with Bruno and his that Monge Kale Kava, man, it's
Fire.
fire, bro.
Hey, we're gonna shout him out.
You
But-
ain't even gonna lie.
But yeah, let's get into it though. Yeah, so I seen it. I brought it up earlier, but I seen Star. I hate that guy, but he had a story a while ago. But and then it was you bringing him a whole cow
Whole cow.
that you butchered yourself and packaged.
Yep.
So you do everything, and when you deliver
A to
it,
Z.
it's already in packaging.
Yeah, and it's in packaging that's gonna last for years in your freezer. You know what I mean? It's you know Polynesians, we can throw shit in a black bag and throw it in, and that's how we do our horse.
Hey, you ain't lying.
You know what I mean? That's how we
And
do
that
the
be in there
horse
for 8 years.
Forever. It
man.
don't matter. But when it comes to something that's a big investment like that beef, it's got to be done right. And you don't want to get packages that it's gonna freeze or burn or
Yeah,
get
facts.
ruined. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I've got beef in my freezer from 3 years ago that's still as fresh as it was 3 years ago.
Okay.
But that's because it's packaged and air sealed tight.
Do you do shipping?
Not right now.
Okay, so for the people,
Whoa, you see my shipping is I fucking pack a van and
Yeah, and you
road.
take-
Yeah, that's
my
what I'm about to
shipping.
say.
You know
oh
what I
wait,
mean?
wait, let's get into that. Because like I've seen you go to the Bay, I've seen you go
Reno.
to Reno,
Yeah, come on.
Seattle.
LA, Texas, Vegas.
and you're selling now at these places.
Yeah.
Hey, so how can the people
that's
like know if you gonna pull up to their state or
Oh,
something?
how-
Basically, like I said everything's ran off of Instagram. But our idea on that whole thing was Utah is known, like if you need horse, you're gonna fly to Utah.
That's right.
No matter where you're from.
Okay.
You're gonna fly to Utah and then you're gonna pack that 45 pounds and
Take
fly
it back to wherever you need to go.
So I was like, we're gonna fucking put freezers where everybody's flying from and fill it up with the best horse you can find. So they don't have to fly, it's already in your city.
It's coming.
So that's where it came, and then I was like, throw the CP in there.
Oh, we love CP.
So, but like I said, people will hit me up on Instagram and they'll actually put the orders together. And then once I have a big enough order
You're
Get out there.
that
bring
makes sense to make that trip, I'm like, I'm out. You know what I mean? I'll pack up.
it. I see
whatever
that
I-
Reno boys don't play around when it comes to.
FKP. Shout out to FKP. Hey,
I heard they
when you
don't
talk
play
about,
around.
when you talk about a kalapu that does it right as far as it being more than just kava, as them being, because kava is a ceremony where men gather.
Yes.
Come on.
And it could be a strong thing, but most of the time it's just fucking get faded and you know what I mean? That's always the good part of it.
At the roots of it.
Keeps you
At the
culturally
roots of it,
rooted.
But at the roots of it, it's our men gathering and
Come on.
those boys, like I said, as far as community outreach programs and all the shit they're doing, hands down the best kalapu I know.
Hey, shout them out. Yeah, I be seeing them. I see you.
Yeah,
be
they were
going out
working.
there.
And they spoiled me, bro. Because when I went to Reno, like I'm expecting to show up and do everything myself. I'm not gonna
okay.
hope
Yeah,
to
ask
depend
for
on
it.
it.
Yeah, I feel
everybody was
And all
doing
my other
something.
trips is like that. I pull up, I just open the vans and I'm handing boxes out. I'm handing bags.
Oh, okay.
When I pulled up to fucking Reno, bro,
They come
these guys
out,
have a
huh?
warehouse that they mix in. And they're like, pull the van, and there's 20 guys standing there.
Already
And
grabbed
in
it.
my
Ready to
head,
work.
we're 2 hours early before the pickup starts because I'm like, it's gonna take me 2 hours to put boxes together.
Nah.
Plate all my stuff. Nah, bro.
Hey, shout them
And
boys
we
from
talk about
Reno
our
out,
people
bro.
like just not even knowing me and like doing
Getting their
everything they
work.
fucking can.
Yeah, come
That's
on.
the FKP boys. You know what I mean? Bro, so and you can see the video. I pull up, I pop up in that van. They've got tables set up, boxes. We put together, I want to say 180 boxes of CP.
Damn.
In like 40 minutes, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe 30.
Maybe 30, okay.
But bro, and they spoiled me, and I was expecting that treatment everywhere. I didn't get that treatment everywhere. You know what I mean?
Hey,
And
so,
I
come
don't
on.
mind because this is what I do.
I feel you.
But
Nah, for the
they
rest
set
of
the
y'all.
standard. I'm like, look, if the fucking Tongan Cowboy's pulling up, I'm gonna fucking start putting work.
Talk your shit,
Man, if I'm gonna put this investment, and like I said, I've got the FKP boys forever. Mafi, their president.
That's what's up.
Vainuku, bro. Like I said, I'll feed his family forever because, like I said, the Ofas are
love.
so real.
That's love, bro.
But that was our idea, bro. We connect with the family. Sometimes we take a risk, and sometimes those risks don't work out. Like our Oakland freezer's not working out right now. But you take that risk, and like I said, we connect with these families. Where we're building our business, I can't pay them.
Okay.
But what I can do is, like I said, I bring the freezer so they don't have to worry about buying a freezer, and then I feed their family. Like, here's a whole CP and 3 bags of horse just for you guys. And that's every time I show up or I pull up. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But that's how it works. And like I said, if you're in those cities, you just got to get a hold of me, and we'll put you in contact with the right people. And
Hey, let me get into this real quick. What's this thing going on August 3rd? What you
Truly Rooted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
okay,
going on
so
with it?
Let 'em know.
Shone
What's up?
Tuponiwa, the guy that runs Monga Kale is my big brother. You know,
Okay.
we're part of Kalapu Laione, the original Lions Den WC, the only Lions
Oh,
Den there is.
Come on.
You know what I mean? No, real talk, bro.
What the
That's a cool girl.
hell was that?
Is Mike Ronton and I, he'll never tell you he was our president. We never ran it like that. It was just all the boys gathering. But Kalapu Laione and Tonga, you know, if you're having that name,
It has to be something.
you gotta walk around
you
like
ain't
that. So
lying.
but they were the Kalapu that they pull up and they're taking kumetes home.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Because that's a traditional challenge.
Yeah. You're the Lione of the...
If you guys think you can mix more, then let's put your fucking
Let's see.
kumete up. You know what I mean? So that being our grandfathers, Ron created that back here, and we haven't got to, because for us everyone's busy. So it's been years since all the Liones got together and mixed, right?
Oh, wow.
Years, but everyone's doing their shit, and
Right.
and I'm like, you gotta show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nah, like I'll see you when I see you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So Shone lived with us in the den, and then I just had the idea. I was like, bro, I'm fucking delivering all this top quality meat. I want the best kava there is. And you know he's already taken over the game because his quality
that nigga
never, his
crazy
prices
with the
don't
kava
change,
game.
and his quality's never dropped. So like I said, we started throwing it, and I was like, you know, I started hearing, because like I said, I live in the country. I don't hear shit. But I started traveling to all these states, and mainly we deal with the Kalapus. Because, like, again, that's the men in the community. They're going to divvy it out.
Facts.
And that's where people started talking about, like, Valley of the Roots, and then doing all these events. I was like, Shane, I've got the best meat. You got the best kava. Let's do our own thing.
right.
Nobody can beat that. And not only that, like I said, when I talk about kava being a ceremony, and the way I move, the way Shane moves now, like I said, you see us, we're focused.
That's true.
We don't have time to sit and bullshit. Like, I don't want to, I can sit and bullshit with you, right? And we can fakakata all day.
Right.
But if I'm giving you my time and you're giving me my time, there needs to be value coming out of it. So we created this Truly Rooted event that is more than kava. And that's why we call it Truly Rooted, because when you come back to our roots, the biggest thing you know about our people is the giving. Even when you ain't got it, I'm gonna give it to you. You know
Come
what I mean?
on. Speak on
So
that. Yep.
our big thing with this event is the morning. It's the morning of the event on August 3rd is for the families, so you can bring your families, and we'll have booths, and we'll have all the guys who are killing it in their profession, and that's not no fucking college degree, none of that shit. And that's cool too if that's your route.
That's your thing.
But we've got guys that are gonna come who are young, killing it in the cement game, to show these kids that, like, hey, you don't have to go to school to be successful. I went to school and I'm fucking not using a degree.
Come on,
You know what I mean? But with this event, like I said, the morning is going to be dedicated to the family time, and then we come back where the men can gather. And again, we don't want it just about mixing. Like, if we're sitting in a circle, let's brainstorm.
Let's talk some business.
How can we elevate each other? You know what I mean? Because our people are special, bro. We all know it. Our people are blessed beyond measures. And when you get into the scripture and all that stuff, like our people are the chosen people.
Come on,
But for some fucking reason, we can't do it together.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean? I don't know if it's greed, ego, or what it is.
Pride.
But we want to have this event that we can come together and put all the bullshit aside and be like, how do we elevate our community? The way me and Shone, you know, from what our professions do, you guys see we do a raffle for this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the raffle
I think the tickets right now are $20, but Shone's giving a whole car away.
Yeah, hey, that Caprice,
Right?
that
I'm
classic.
giving away a whole horse and 3 whole CP. He's giving away an Apple bundle, but let me tell you the meanings behind this shit.
Come on.
So I said everything's a little deeper, but people don't know it. And August 3rd is 801 Day, Utah Day. People don't know that.
Huh?
That's really Utah Day?
Well, that's the first week in August is always it comes out to be like 801.
Shit.
Shone can tell you better. He's the one that came up with the date. But so the Capri, like I said, when Bruno started making his money, he bought that Capri as insurance. It's like if the Kava business ever goes upside down,
I got this.
to sell the car, we're back to square one. So that's why there's meaning behind the car.
Oh, okay.
For us, it's the horse, because that's what I do. I do horse, I do CP, I do beef. So we're going to put a whole horse into it. I'll fahi it for you, do all the work, even help you cook it, and then even do the marketing as far as selling it. Take that bread and go get something started. Do something more than what you're doing. You know what I mean?
like that, yeah.
That's
The
crazy.
CP, there's no really flipping. We just want you to enjoy the CP.
CP's always good.
But then the Apple bundle, like everything I do is on my phone. Everything Shone does is on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
We want to
need that.
give you that to
start your
get
business.
something going. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And we don't. You know what? And you know they have Kava Lake City this weekend, and this is our first event. We're not traditional Kalapu, so we don't know how it's gonna go, but we know that with my grind, my focus, Shone's grind, Shone's focus, none can step against us. 2 Leones, you know. That's the mentality, bro.
Yeah.
That's the mentality. You know what I'm saying?
That's tight.
That's what's up. Yeah, I had to bring that up,
Truly
man.
rooted August 3rd, man. Like I tell you.
And show up, man. Bring your family.
Pull
It's a
up,
whole
man.
family thing.
Get some raffle.
Yeah, man. Hey, let's get one for that. Hey, but while we at it, we're getting close on our time. We play this little game where we I ask you a question about your culture, right? And all 3 of us has a culture question, so I'm gonna start with me. And my question is always, what is one thing that Tongan Cowboy agrees with about his culture, and what is one thing about the culture that Tongan Cowboy really don't agree with, or
The one thing I agree with our culture is that we keep it traditional. You know, you stick to the roots, and that's good because that's value, right? That's value. That's traditions. It's a path to follow. The one thing I don't take about is how we shun the negative shit. You know what I mean? Like you protect certain people in your family that you shouldn't be protected. You know what I mean?
Spotlight.
But it's fucking keep it hush hush, and it's like, nah, fuck that.
we
Like,
do that shit a lot.
We do that shit a lot. That's if there's one thing I could take away, is like
That shit.
when it comes down to our children, to our families, tradition sometimes has to be put aside for
Come on now.
you know, what you care for most.
You ain't lying.
But you know, OGs they don't do that. Like,
Nah, they live.
your uncle's a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Just shut up. You know what I mean?
Turn the other way. Look the other way.
It's like,
Yeah.
Hey, you can stay there in the day, but at night you got to go home. All right. That's it.
All right, cousin, go ahead.
All right. If you had to choose one thing out of your culture, Tongan Cowboy, that shapes your identity to make you you, what would you say that one thing in your culture?
spirit. The spirit of our culture, like, and every one of it. And when I say spirit, it could be, you know, your warrior spirit or
Anything in
the spirit to keep going. But man, we're warriors, bro. And when you're a fucking warrior, it doesn't matter if you're in a garden or in a war.
Come
You're
on,
a warrior,
man.
bro.
Oh,
You know
I
what I
mate
mean?
ma.
And you can go from the peaceful guy to the not so peaceful guy right now. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Hell yeah.
Hey, I like that. Thank you.
Obviously, there's other cultures out there. If there was one thing about another culture that you can take from theirs and apply it in
Man, I like that
grade it.
question, bro. I like that question, bro. I talk about this shit with my wife. And when I talk about, I don't know why the fuck our people can't figure it out together, it's fucked, bro. But like you look at 80% of the motels in America are owned by the Singh family, Indian family. When they first came here in the 70s, they bought one motel. They brought their family. They lived for free in the rooms, worked the hotel so they didn't have to pay any salaries to anybody because everyone's living for free and just trying to get by. As soon as that hotel started making money, the next guy's up. Here's the money for your hotel.
Go front of his. You go do
front
what we
of his,
did.
do the exact same thing together. And in it's 2024, so that's 50 years. They've taken over the whole game. Now you look at our people, and you can look at the NFL thing. Our people haven't been here that long. And Asi Tuakoi, one another Lione told me this, bro. He's like, we're first, second generation. That's it. And look how far we've came.
Hey, come on.
All the other cultures have had hundreds of years. You know what I mean? They've had hundreds of years. We've had maybe 80. You know what I mean? The first Tongans that came here, they're probably 80. Some of them are starting to pass away.
Yeah.
And look at the strides we've taken. You know what I mean? That's why I say when our people are special, they're special. It's just like,
we can't get that mindset, huh?
figure it out, man. Like, if you're hating on me, you're fucking doing something wrong.
Yeah,
You
come on,
know what I
man.
mean? Like, if I'm trying to do my thing and I'm doing it the right way, and that's the big thing is you've got to do it the right way, no matter what your situation is financially at home. If you're doing business has always got to be correct.
You ain't lying.
Right? And if we could just figure it out together where we take over the world.
Well, we gonna do it.
Agreed. But anyways, all right, so we got another game that we play, and it's rapid fire questions.
Yeah, come on.
We'll just throw questions at you that people ask us to ask you or we came up with.
I'll go first.
And you got to answer. Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
So we obviously, right, Star, he said it first. He was our first guest, and he actually got the question right. So I'm praying that you got this right too, right?
Star Ufa.
We debate about this a lot, and it has to go with who's your GOAT, okay?
Out of these three people.
Out of these three
That's the wrong
gentlemen,
fucking guy.
man.
Hey, but you just got to
No. You're gonna have to pick though.
Okay.
You got LeBron,
Boo.
Michael Jordan,
Hell
or Kobe Bryant.
Boo.
Who's your GOAT?
Who's Tongan Cowboy we pick out of those?
Goes your GOAT.
You know who to pick. Come on, Tongan Cowboy.
Tongan Cowboy.
You know, I would like to say Michael because he was the first.
The original.
Right?
The original. But Kobe, had Michael to look up to, right? But when you have someone to look
Thanks
up
for
to like
coming,
that,
everybody.
they set a standard. Kobe worked to fucking beat that standard. You know what I mean? And I'll give it to Kobe for that reason. But it's only
over
Kobe,
Jordan?
Kobe only worked that hard because of Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying.
But I don't watch basketball. I just you asked me. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Hey, just like Star, y'all got the right.
Well, it's like I'm
So
the
it's
Tongan
cool.
Cowboy, right? There's not a lot of ranchers, farmers doing it.
Uh-huh.
But I will give every fucking kid the opportunity to do it, and I hope that he becomes better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Kobe did.
That's what Kobe did.
That's what Kobe did. You know what
So
I'm
without
saying?
no Tongan Cowboy, there's no the next generation.
Without no Jordan, there ain't no Kobe.
See, thank you.
Well, actually, Kobe might have been the first, but Jordan was first.
came first. Though.
Jordan came first, and he set the fucking standard for everybody. And
Thank
Kobe
you.
was like,
I'll
Kobe's
take that.
the dog.
Yeah, I'll take
and
that.
He's gonna work for it. You know what I mean?
Why are we still in the sun?
Uh-huh.
All right, I got one. If Tongan Cowboy was at a eat, right, and had every Polynesian food you ever think of, and you had a plate, what does Tongan Cowboy have on his plate when he sits down? What is on your plate?
Come on, yeah.
Lupulu, bro. Just
Lupulu number one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else is there?
Well,
there's
manioke?
ota. My wife makes a mean ota.
Yeah.
But I only eat my wife's ota. You know what I mean?
Hey, you got to be picky. Yeah.
If I sit down and like it's that comfort food and it's making me feel good and think of the fucking islands and my ancestors, it's that lupulu, bro.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. All right, look, we know you a farmer. You out on the ranch all fucking day long. If you had only one person to be listening to while you out there in the fields doing all that work, who would be that one artist you listening to?
Okay.
Anybody, everybody, but only one person
Share.
or one band.
If I'm listening, it's Bob.
Yeah, I
But
like
most of
that.
the time, like I said, sometimes I'll have I hope I remember to walk out of the house with them, my head. If I don't, then like I said, I'm just there in my thoughts. But if I'm out there, like I said, I don't want to listen to anything that's gonna be negative or you know, there's like gym music
a
if
hot
you're in the
day,
gym.
you know?
But
Yeah, working out and shit.
like I said, I don't like to listen to anything that isn't good vibrations. You know what I mean? Good.
I like
energy
that.
and-
Nice.
yeah.
Hey, I seen a video. Look, shout out Tino. I know Tino. I play rugby with Tino.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him in a minute. But I seen y'all chase that cow out. Remember when?
Holy shit.
And my guy flipped the cow like it was a baby.
That's what I told
And
him. I
laid
said,
on it,
huh?
cousin.
You just flipping cows like
Hey, hold on. Isn't there like a cow tipping a thing?
Not real.
No,
That's not real.
that's not real for real?
Oh,
You
cow
can't-
will fucking be awake. Like in the movies, they're sleeping. No.
Yeah, that's. I thought
like
You're
that.
walking by and like, and if cow's sleeping, it's laying down. There ain't no cow tipping. There's
Lay
cow
down?
flipping.
Like on it.
Good night.
There's cow flipping.
Or does it just
no, it lays down.
Good night.
guy
Oh,
flipped the cow down like a big ass cow. Grabbed him, flipped him,
This nigga.
and laid on him, bro. Grabbed his leg, bro. And I'm watching this shit, and I'm like, okay, look, that's
Bro, I wrote this nigga. I said,
that's an
you just gonna
animal.
flip the cow like that?
That's a dinosaur, my guy. But hey, first of all, we appreciate you for taking time, man, to come on Culturally Rooted, letting us tell your story. This is something that we wanted, man, ever since we seen you doing your thing, man, hustling. And not only that, but to see one of our people really out there caring for the people and making sure that they get the meat that they need, you know what I mean? And sharing it like how you said on your story that the whole time all you wanted to do was to feed your people, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that, man. And knowing that you are Tongan, man, just even makes that better because to me, we don't have a lot of people that it's in your profession that we know as Polynesians. We love to eat the meat, but we don't know nobody that really knows
Facts.
that does that. And so, like I said, man, keep doing your thing, man. And I appreciate you for coming on here and letting us tell your story, man.
I appreciate this
Yeah,
time.
you ain't lying. Just want to give you your roses real quick. Man, we've been watching this dude for a minute now. We've been in contact and just tell him we got to get him on. But yeah, just to echo what Cousin said, man, our people need to know about this. We can get fresh meat. We know someone who knows this stuff. Don't just go and pick up the scraps.
Not even said.
Huh?
You tell me any other Tongan that's doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Why
bro.
not? Why not go to the one guy that's doing it?
doing
You know what I
it.
mean?
Facts.
Man.
Yeah, no. Again, like I want to piggyback. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the knowledge. And you got a fan, definitely from us three.
We're gonna
Come on,
buy.
man.
We're gonna buy a whole.
Definitely,
cow.
yeah, we're
All
gonna-
three gonna
definitely.
go in to buy a whole cow.
We're going to put them
bro.
all out there too.
But hey, before we head out, can you just shout what people can find you on Instagram and Facebook?
I said Instagram and Facebook, TikTok don't like us. Most of the videos I post on TikTok, they get
Taking off.
taken off.
That's right.
So like originally we wanted to grow TikTok because it grows
growing,
fast.
yeah.
But we
Which
don't
are-
like the Tongan Cowboy. So Instagram's probably the best way. That's where we're the most consistent as far as posting is Instagram. And if you want to reach out to us, Facebook or Instagram and
What's your Instagram?
Tongan Cowboy.
Tongan
Tongan
Cowboy.
Cowboy.
He's the only one when you look it up.
Yep.
You'll see
Hey,
his
bro.
little logo.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you, Taco Malo,
Appreciate
man.
you guys, Malo.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
We are the people of the Polynesian Islands.